I guess we can get started. I can kind of run through some of the things we did and changed in the past couple days. I think one of the more popular ones is going to be the mass send resources. So
Yes.
basically, um, this feature will allow you to mass send a bunch of resources to any castle or city on the map.
Any city basically, yeah.
Yep, and it doesn't have to
So
be
long
your
as you can
own.
reach it.
It can be. It'll do land and sea at the same time. So let's say we take one of these, and then you can pick any amount, and you don't have to go by these buttons. These buttons are just like kind of a convenience thing. And we did have a good suggestion that said make it so if you press them again, it adds to it, which I
Hmm.
think I will do. Um,
Yeah, Stu had a nice little list of suggestions for that.
we
Yes,
did,
thank you, Stu. Yay.
and again, these numbers are suggestions, so you can make it even higher if you want. So you can make it, 66 max travel time.
Yeah, so you can kind of customize it.
And then if you click check, it will come up with a list of all of your um, cities that are available to send, and then you can look through them and approve whether or not you want to actually do it. And then if you click the send resources, it'll actually go by one and light up green as it sends out that specific trade. Um,
Awesome.
and then if you look, the trade is actually going out.
Hmm.
So to the same amount that was on the list, should help a lot. You can also do temple trades this way.
Yes, you
And
can. You can kind
just
of
change the drop
build
down.
It just
from a
changes the
temple,
little
yeah.
drop down, and it will send a temple trade. Um, we also added in summaries, so maybe I can do something here to spur a summary.
Sorry.
Such a noisy neighbor again.
Yes.
So if you, we realized that sometimes these menus were getting really ridiculous. Um, for
If you have
example,
like
like
200 incoming attacks, yeah.
yeah, if you had a bunch of incoming attacks, um, it would kind of show. Could you send an attack at me real quick? Just an assault.
Yeah.
Um, Trades is another one that can get kind of ridiculous, especially if you have a temple and you've got 500 incoming temple trades. It gets ridiculous to have the menu so big. So what we did was we kind of made it so that at a certain point, a certain number of trades or a certain number of incoming attacks, it will automatically go into a summary.
I
Um,
sent an attack at you there now, yeah.
I'm not sure what I put the limit at, but I think it's 30 trades. Spurs the summary.
I think, yeah, it's 30.
I don't know how many I've sent here, but just trying to spur it so I can show. There you go. So as you can see, once I get above 30 trades, it no longer shows them all in the drop down, so the drop down kind of stays easy to view and manage, and just shows
Yeah,
a summary of the trades that you have out. It'll show your outgoing trades, your incoming trades, and your outgoing and incoming temple trades as well. And then if you click on the details here, we made a little for this city only kind of detail menu um,
yes.
that gives the full summary of everything that's going on in the city, and all the buttons also work. So you can use the buttons here as well as the item buttons. But this makes it a lot easier to view. So just like, hold on, let me increase this number of attacks here real quick. So as you can see, I've got one attack here, so it shows just fine. But then when I increase that to 100 attacks, it then shows it as a summary that says, 102 attacks on the city, how many are unknown, when the next wave arrives, and how many are sieging at the moment. So it kind of gives you all the information you have without showing this long, elaborate list that means nothing. And then again, the same thing is you can click on the view details and you get a full list of the incoming and incoming attacks for this city.
You can also access that menu by clicking on the My City button up the top. So even if you don't have 30 attacks and you don't have the view details link, you can still access it by clicking the My City button.
Yes, and it does the same thing for reinforcements too. So if you have over 20 or 30 reinforcements, it'll summarize the reinforcements, the amount of troop strength that are in the reinforcements, and then give you the list here instead of just populating all the way down with it. So we thought that was a great.
I was going to say a few minutes ago, a player called Xandabe asked, is there a way to create a tab showing all of the troops that are away as reinforcements? It's easier than going through all of them. We do have plans for an overview eventually. I think it's the only overview we have left to put in is the reinforcements overview.
We've got a lot to put in, but one of them that's going to be next is the Where Are My Reinforcements overview.
Where's my senator? Where are my reinforcements? Yeah.
And it kind of will list where all your reinforcements are and also let you cancel straight from the menu.
Yeah. Indy asks, do we get a tab at some point in game options to put in gender? I think we do have plans for that. I'm going to rejig the player information window at some point and put something like that in there. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those things that doesn't make a huge difference, but it's just kind of like a nice little option to have. So
it's fun.
So that was one of the big things we put in, and I think it'll help a lot. Not only with people being able to see their incoming and outgoing, because just having it in this table, and also the attack menu doesn't let you narrow it down by the city. So this will give you per city specifics, and also it'll stop some of that lag that people get if their temples are having tons and tons of trades incoming, and also they have a bunch of attacks and reinforcements. It overloads kind of the page with way too much
it's a lot to load.
information and stuff, and could cause that lag.
Yeah.
Yeah, very useful for hubs too.
Yeah, and we actually just put in, it's not in the game at the moment, but we put it in where the trades, their normal colors will kind of alternate colors all the way down. But if it's a temple trade or a market trade, it'll be purple for a market trade, or it'll be green for a temple trade.
Thank you to Invisible for that idea.
Yes. So those will stand out easier. You should be able to sort them too. I could probably change this from normal to market.
Yeah, I was thinking that actually. I didn't want to suggest it if it was going to be loads of work, but yeah, that would be cool.
No, it's just as easy.
Cool.
But that should help a lot with organization. And also for somebody else's request. Actually, it looks like it already does it, where you can sort by transport. It looks like it sorts by transport already.
Yeah, I think it does.
I mean, I know it sorts by the resources.
Perhaps we could get it. It seems to be sorting by transport number, so that if you have 2 ships, it shows up beside 2 carts. So maybe we could get carts to show first and ships to show second or something. But yeah.
I think it's fine the way it is.
Okay.
Yeah, because 2 ships is the same thing as 200 carts.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's not very important. So.
And you can also use the item on the menu, and it shows up, and it refreshes whatever you were clicked on. So those should be fully functional.
Yep. No complaints about it so far. So.
No, it seems that most people like it.
Yay.
We also added in mail list.
Yes, we did, finally, after weeks and weeks of people asking for it on here.
Well, the first thing I did was I fixed up the 2 links, so it kind of works more like a like Gmail or Yahoo Mail. So if you start typing in a name, it'll give you the name. You can go down the list and you can pick which one. Then it'll automatically semicolon separate it so you can put in the next one, and then you can just keep selecting names all the way through. This way you don't have to worry about actually spelling, because some people have weird spelled names, and it automatically just populated, as you type.
Yep.
And you don't have to, you only have to put in the first 2 letters or any 2 letters in the name, and it'll automatically start suggesting.
Awesome.
Very
James.
cool.
So
James
that's,
is loving the preset mail for continent lists.
we did put in preset continents, and these are for members of your alliance that are on certain continents. So if you want to mail everybody in your alliance on 22, you just click it, and then it automatically populates the to list.
Yep.
And it'll change it depending on whichever continent you choose. I did make these all draggable, so you can put the context menu over here,
Move everything around.
move everything around as much as you want. Then I put in custom mailing list as well. So you come down here and you edit your custom mailing list, and you can either edit a pre-existing list, or you can create a new list. And then if you create a new list, just kind of the same way
Tier
that
asks,
Mail2
what is
works.
the visibility of your mailing lists? They're individual. Nobody else sees your custom mailing lists except you.
No, just you. And then the autocomplete works the same here. So if you want to do Turv and then
How about continent? Continent is alliance wide.
yes, that is alliance wide. You can just kind of go through and add people to the list just like this, and you type 2 letters of their name, and it automatically will show them up, and you can select them, and it'll just sit there and autofill them for you. And then you press save, and now you've got your new list. And then if you go to new list, it's automatically populates it in there for you. So that should make sending mails a lot easier.
Definitely a nice leadership tool.
I'm
Yes.
not sure yet if we're going to segment out the mail the continent like we do the mail the whole alliance based on alliance rank, which I think we do, don't we?
We should. If we don't, do we?
I guess there's a good way to check. No, it looks like you can still mail the whole alliance even if you're a new player. I don't know if that's just because I just switched or not.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, anyway, we can get that in. I think it is in the alliance preferences, so we should probably get that in at some point if it's not yet. As for mailing continents, I think you should be able to mail your continent buddies, even if you're a newbie.
Could probably make it where you can mail the continents that you're actually on.
Yeah, maybe something like that.
Excuse me, sorry about that. I sneezed.
Yeah, we could segment it out so that the continents that you're actually on, you can mail all your alliance members on that continent, but don't have access to every continent.
Yeah, that sounds good. Can you get the recipients of mails visible on one view, as in to have the line wrapping? Is that it?
When you receive a mail.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. I think he means line wrapping. Tier, next time that you're sending an alliance mail, include me and Gordy on it, and we'll take a look at what you mean.
Yeah.
We don't receive that many mails that lots of people get.
No, we
Not
don't.
generally privy. No, we really don't.
And I'm wondering if anybody's tried the mail recipients individually. I think that, that should be working.
Yeah, I think so. I'm sure we would have heard all about it if it wasn't. So
Yes, somebody sent in a ticket thinking that's for that. I can't remember who it was.
I didn't even realize I put in a word counter. How cool is that?
yeah, it's with it came with the plugin.
Oh, I was gonna say.
Tier says it works great,
Yay!
sending individually.
So that was one of the newer things. We also put in the world map thing.
Oh yeah, did we have that last week?
No,
No.
we just put that in yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh, the new world map. I thought you meant world map in general. Okay, never mind.
No,
Carry on. Nothing to see here.
new world map information, which gives you continent information. It starts off in the world, so it tells you how many free spots there are, how many settled spots there are, how many cities, castles, temples, caverns, and active bosses. So those are bosses that are not inactive. And then you can kind of go through and choose whatever continent you want. So 22 is 75 free spots left. And
Actually, we were talking about that, and I think it was me and Gingorn were talking about that, and it's showing spots that actually aren't, because there's not that many free spots on any of the main continents.
it really goes off of the database. So if the database says there's a free spot, there's a free spot.
Perhaps it's some of those like unsettleable spots that kind of think that they should be
Yeah,
settled, but actually can't be.
That's what we were thinking.
Yeah.
It might be. I think those spots should be settable though, because I changed it so that anything that was good in the database was able to be settled.
Weird. So maybe there are just 70, what does that say, 75 free spots kind of dotted around C22.
But this is kind of a nice thing to go around and survey different continents.
Yeah.
If you wanted to land somewhere, you could see how many free spots were there before you landed. I'm not sure.
And that also answers the question of whether each continent has the same amount of settable spots or not.
It does.
Somebody had asked me that, and I didn't know.
Now everybody can know.
It's definitely different.
Yeah, it's random per continent.
But I haven't heard too many people complain about the new world map freezing up at all.
No, it doesn't freeze at all.
Seems to work great. I'm very happy with it.
It's like region view. It takes a second for everything to populate, but then once it populates, everything's really zippy.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of stuff to populate. Look how
Right.
many cities there are for it to kind of make up.
Hmm.
I
Yeah,
think,
that's just kind of to be expected.
Yeah, there's I don't think that any world will ever get as populated as this one.
Yeah, they
It'll
usually-
get close. Yeah. Oh,
I don't know.
there's usually a couple of continents that don't get fully populated. How are the bottom C50 continents doing now? There was still some space on those. Oh yeah, they're starting to look pretty
50's
full there
got
now.
57 free spots. 51's got 407. 72 on 52. So that's the nice thing about this feature. You can just kind of shoot through.
Yeah.
840 on 53.
And we're still almost full.
1,705 on 54. And
Okay, so
129.
still something.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, there's still 11,000 free spots in the world, but there's 100,000 cities, which, I'm talking about when we have 5 or 6 servers at a time opening up. None will ever get this extremely populated.
Yeah.
And also people
That's
won't
true.
grow as fast because, build times are twice and the resources are twice and the dungeons are twice, so people are building a lot more
Right.
cities than they ever actually would. many cities
Yeah.
do people have?
Oh gosh, it's up over 800, I think.
Oh God, really?
I could be wrong.
I never managed over 500.
856.
Yeah,
Netherlands.
Oh,
856.
no, 892.
Good God.
Almost 900. Um,
That is so many cities.
so that's, well and above the amount of cities that anybody would actually have in the end game.
Yeah.
Not only that, but because we've got that 15-minute buffer on raids instead of the hour that it'll be on the next server, there's so many more raids processing at any given time. Um, I wonder how many raids are out right now. Let me look real quick. There's currently 74,000 raids happening right now.
Wow.
So that's quite a good bit of raids. So that's also why the dungeons processor or cavern processor kind of got overloaded last night. It was just trying to process too many too quickly. Got kind of jammed up, and then all of a sudden I was after I fixed it, there was 64,000 raids to catch up on, and it takes a little while for that to process all the way through. Um, it does say how many free spots. That's what
Yeah.
the free spots are.
And if every spot gets filled, well,
You better just start fighting each other for castles.
right,
Yeah, that
start taking them from each other, guys.
um,
It is possible, but of course, I think we're gonna have a winter soon, and that might,
I think
the
we have a
people
couple of
that
people
want to
who are
take a break.
looking forward to resetting. So yeah, I think
Yeah.
there will be a lot of abandoned cities in the near future for people to go for.
Hmm.
Yeah, probably not by the stream next week, but I'd say by the one after.
Yeah. What FERB means is to actually like highlight the free spots that are able to be settled. I think on the world map itself.
I don't think I would do that just because there's already enough to render. So if you start rendering all of the free spots too, then you're talking about, rendering 112. So you basically have to render every spot on the map, which gets to be a good bit. It takes kind of some of the fun about hunting for a free spot too.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Indies.
Oh,
something happened on Portals where they got grayscaled. That's why they're
Yeah.
hard to see, is they don't show the color. I forgot to add that in on the last patch, but I think I can just change the image um, on
I'll add
the
this to the blog list
servers.
anyway.
Yeah, they're supposed to be a much brighter blue.
They are, but they're grayscaled, so I will definitely get that image in before the next moon gates or portals.
Portals.
Yes, I said portals.
We don't have to pick on you as much about that anymore, Gordy.
Yeah, you're getting better.
Yes.
Only took a year.
Okay, added to bug list there, so you'll remember.
Downtime
How long?
between third beta and the next server.
Not long.
Not too long. Probably going to start doing most of the legwork um, for opening the new one before this one's actually somebody's taken third place. As it gets closer, we'll kind of see that coming. So we'll kind of start on that beforehand. So,
From the time that the Third Alliance crowns as well, we're going to have the server open for another week anyway, so we can not have maintenances during that time and just start working towards the next one. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd say between 2 weeks and a month would be the most.
Yeah,
I think 2 weeks would be a good amount of time because there's
I
not all
think
that
so.
much
Yeah,
that
I
needs
don't
to
think
be
we would
done.
need a month.
No. Um,
There really isn't. No, the newbie protection is the only big thing.
yeah, and I'd like to have like a closed testing round just to
Make sure all the parameters are right. Yeah,
anything that we changed works properly before we just open up.
yeah,
Yeah. So a month is really pushing it.
Yeah, it would.
It probably won't
I don't
be
think
that
it would be
long.
more than 2 weeks. And if we're going to do a live, we'll probably announce it 2 weeks before too, so um, we
Yeah.
can start getting everybody ready and get a lot of people on the server, which is always the most fun. Is the rush of 1,000 people trying to log in at the same time.
yeah. That's true.
Nothing like it.
Even when the game's down, there are no breaks.
That's true. In fact, if anything, I think we really work harder when the game is down because we know it's a limited time.
Yes.
Right. And that's when I really, really push social media and stuff like that. So.
Yeah. Tariff says they aren't allowed.
Besides, it's fun for me to code, so it is kind of downtime as far as I'm concerned.
That's true.
This is how Gordy relaxes.
This is how I relax, is by making games that take up a lot of time and stress.
Yeah.
Year and a half now, right?
Do need to figure out why these labels aren't updating fast enough. I have to look into that. Maybe something I do in the next couple of days. I think that's. I guess the only other thing I added was in overviews. I added the.
The items.
Items overview.
Oh, that's right, the items overview. This was something that a lot of people had asked for. It was an overview of all of the items that you have in your account. Um, so this kind of gives you a breakdown of every item in your account, and we made it so that if you click on one of them, do these tooltips update? Oh, so they do. Good job.
Woo.
Uh, Made it so that if you click on one of them, it will take you to that spot in the menu so you can use it. So if you've got, Mystical Laurel Reef and you click on the Laurel Reef, it'll take you to the Laurel Reef spot in the menu so you can straight up use it. Should make it easier for
And
people than searching around the menus.
it'll use it at whatever level you have in your items. It'll take you to that level.
Yeah, it
Yes.
changes
Yeah.
the
Well.
entire menu around. So that should be something that helps people find all the items that they have floating around and actually use them instead of having to go back and sort through the list and figure it out.
Yeah, it's really nice.
So it's a nice new feature we added that I think makes the game easier for people, and at least made a very nice menu.
Naming cities in the Send Senator menu is on our list of things to do. Yes.
Oh yeah, it is. Yeah. Hang on. I'll find that. Add it somewhere.
I'm pretty sure it's already there. But
Cool.
I just think
Yeah, I think you're right. Actually.
I think we should default back to naming them all Gordy is awesome.
Oh yeah.
Also, I added in city overviews the little totals at the bottom that total up the rows.
Oh yeah.
So
People have been asking for that for a while, so that's good.
It does kind of look like they're off though. I'll have to fix those.
They were working for me earlier, but yeah, cool.
I think the notes
Yeah,
and
it looks like they're
description I
also
need
on
to
their own.
change. So put that on the bug list. That I have to take off the notes and descriptions, but the old name should stay, or it should go to Captured
In
City.
Yeah, it will go to Captured City, and yeah, it's been on the bug list.
Yeah.
That notes and descriptions don't.
Okay.
A Christmas calendar. Imp says he will do all 12 months. Sounds good, Imp.
You need to send us the pictures.
Using the items from the item overview, I don't think we'll put in
I
just
think that would
because,
end up in misclicking.
yeah, and confusing people and stuff. So, and a lot of them have different menus. So like, you know, the winged feet, you don't just use them. You actually get another menu that pops up. So,
Yeah.
I think it's just probably easier to keep them like this. And of course, I'm answering Ginj's question, and he can't hear it, so.
I see what King's saying. He's saying if you click it, an item from the overviews tab, is it possible to make it use it right from there?
No,
The
because,
problem with that is multiples.
well, and they have different menus and stuff that pop up, and it would just start to get messy. Besides, there'd be a lot of complaints of misclicks and stuff, like Alice said, where somebody didn't realize they clicked their mythical lore 15 times, and
Alright.
which you would be surprised how much that happens.
Yeah. Do we have anything to say to the members who aren't playing the game yet but are waiting for the game to start?
Why aren't they
Hello?
playing?
Yeah. Oh,
Oh,
King
we
wants the calendar of all three of us in Santa and elf costumes. Gordy Santa and his elves.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen.
Instead of the winches.
Other than that, I think that covers pretty much everything new that we put in. You know, just a lot of other little minor fixes.
Yeah, pretty much. It's more kind of fixing up the last small little bits now.
Yeah.
Nothing. Yeah, we still have to get the friends menu in. That's about it by way of big features.
Yeah.
Which is exciting.
Yeah, friends and what was the other one?
The counselors, auto purchase of counselors and an email warning when they're
Oh, that's right.
thrown out.
Oh yeah.
Daily
Oh,
login
and
reward.
the drag and drop in the build menu.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Queue with counselor
Oh.
for enlistment.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
the
support.
I actually
Support
did
in the attack script.
support in the attack script.
Yeah, or
Oh,
whatever it
that's
was we
right.
were talking about earlier.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
did actually start messing with the drag and drop yesterday, so
Okay. One of these days we'll have a eureka moment.
you know, it's just the sort. The drag and drop's going to be easier than the sort. The sort's kind of the hard one.
Yeah, because it's all the queued stuff.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many things. It's not just, you know, ordering by time. You've got to order it by time, and then if there's a resource node in front of a building, then you have to, you know, make sure that that goes in front, and then you've got to make sure that you're not ordering the demolishes by time because then they'd be backwards. You got to make sure that
Yeah.
you're not upgrading a building that's over top of a demolish. So I mean, there's just so many aspects of sort. You know,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
nowhere near as easy as people would think. But the actual sorting one by one, I think would be a lot easier to do, where you can just drag and drop.
Yeah.
Ferbius asks, where are all the dragon eggs?
Those will come with the new winter graphics.
Yeah.
Blindingly white and blue.
Designed to make your eyes bleed.
Yes, and to cause epileptic seizures.
You're right.
Yes.
No, that was the flashing tower. That one was. It looked like a Christmas tree. Oh, the
Which
blinking
one was that?
towers. Mage.
Oh, in Tower Cities.
Yeah. If you had the animations on, they'd all blink.
Yep.
Yeah, and me gently singing Christmas songs in the background.
In the middle of the night.
That'll be the game background music of just me singing.
God.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeers and Santa Claus is coming to town on repeat.
You gotta record it at 1 o'clock in the morning when you're exhausted, though, because you gotta match the zombie voice.
With absolutely no option to turn it off. If anything, I'm going to figure a way to force computer volume. Yes, and there'll be a little pop-up for you, Gangorn. That'll be in sign language of me singing "Oh Christmas Tree." Other than that, I don't think we have anything new to show. So, if people have questions, we can answer them, or I can explain a menu and how it works, or
I'm reading through our patch notes to see what else we added. Sorting of Templar rankings was a...
those are just little things, you know. They weren't sorted.
Yeah.
I actually have to go through each one of the columns and make a custom sort value for it.
My God.
Seems to work well though.
Yeah. Yeah, not much else. Changed raid tools so cities with only naval units in them only get Sirens Coves.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Oh, and if you press next city, it gives you the next city with idle troops instead of the next city in your main drop down.
It's not
Yeah.
quite right yet though, because the issue with it is if it doesn't give you it doesn't like kind of scroll through a list of them. It just gives you the next highest one. So if you wanted to skip a city, it kind of teeters back and forth. So I still need to work on that a little bit more.
Okay.
Is there a breakdown of idle troops per city in the overviews anywhere?
That's actually on my list of things to do. Is I was gonna have the troops overview and turn this into troops total, and then just make another one right under it that says troops home. That would give you the idle troops, and that actually would take me like 10 minutes to do since I've already got the idle troop information. So that is definitely on my list of things to make.
Excellent.
Okay. Cool.
The overviews just get more and more awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, the locate caverns. What I did for this one was, if you've got a city that's got only ships in it, it increases the distance that it searches. So it searches about 60 tiles out for water caverns. and then you can add the raids, so you can raid with your water troops in your water cities. Whereas if you go to a regular city, then it will just do regular dungeons.
Ingorn is having the same issue that you were having, Gordy, where his total troops and res are not aligning to the columns. I was actually looking at your one. I think it might be that some of my city names that you've captured from me are quite long. And so I think they're pushing the column out, but not the total column.
I think I just need to do something where I'm forcing the size or something. Cause
Well,
the
there's
columns-
also an area in the my raid reports. If you click on a raid report, here
I don't
bring
have
one
those
up.
reports.
I'll grab one. Where actually no, it looks like you fixed that. Never mind.
Was that where the number was coming down and
Yeah, it was
overlapping?
covering over the number of percent lost and survived.
Yeah, I fixed that.
Yeah, we fixed that for the maintenance yesterday, and it's just occurred to me we didn't include that in the patch notes. But anyway, yes, it's fixed.
I also changed the abandoned because it was confusing some people to not carried,
Yeah.
Oh, good.
so it kind of made more sense.
Yeah, good thinking. Yes.
Just a little bit of wording confusion there.
Yeah, just take a screenshot of that, Indy, and like where it is, because there's just 5 or 6 different places where it could show. And then what it's probably doing is it's showing the last value that was pulled up instead of pulling the new one because it's lawless. So
Oh yeah, so it's just showing the last
yeah,
person who.
I don't need the chords and stuff. I just need a screenshot of where exactly it is showing it.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Indy.
Sweet.
Oh, I did change the portal formula around a little bit, just to make it closer to other games. It's not a
Cool.
huge change. It's actually probably something nobody would notice.
Now everyone will be trying to guess what it is.
Hmm. Oh, and you added the palace score or the temple scores in too.
I did add in temple scores. The temple scores were low, so I wonder if it'd probably show if I clicked on a city. So find a temple.
Find one of the big ones.
It's got a big temple.
Ed has one of the level 10s in Pharaoh, I think.
Oh, refiltering. Yeah, I probably need to fix the filtering so that it either resets or refilters it when you select a new one. See if I can find somebody's player temples. There. He's got a level 10. No, 9.
Um, 464369, level 9, to, Ivara.
Oh yeah, look, the score's nice and high. So looks like it's working properly.
That's what I was doing. I was looking at city score. And
that
that was a big one.
That should help more with the focusing of temples, the higher a temple gets.
Because it's a combination of score and
Oh,
distance.
cool. Oh, awesome. Okay, so that'll help.
Which was something that needed to be done.
Hmm.
I think other than, I can't think of anything else that we did. Most of it's kind of small.
Xanderbe says, in rankings, let's say if you filter offense on C35, then go to see the defense ranking and then go back to offense, it shows the world ranking, but at the bottom it says, oh, right, okay, so basically if you
It's not
filter
refiltering.
for example, C35, yeah, but it says that it is, which is annoying because then you need to reselect it or select something else and then reselect it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I can fix that.
Sorting cities by city types. Yeah, it depends on where we're at because there's a lot of different
Oh,
places.
probably in player info.
Yeah, player information.
That,
Yeah, they're not sorted.
yeah.
City type, like as in regular city, castled
As
city,
in,
or a temple.
yeah. So the
I need to make it sortable.
okay. It is a different column. Okay, I was worried that it was actually the same column as city name, which was going to be complicated. But yeah, it's actually its own column. So yeah, I'm sure we can do that.
Yep.
Can do.
Very cool. Yeah, it has its own tiny little column for the icon.
Yeah. Sorting cities and player info by icon. Cool. It's now on the book list. So
Yeah,
Alliance
Alliance Forums
forums.
is one of those things that I'm gonna be MIA for 2 or 3 days while I just completely redo the entire thing. Um, but I'll get around to that one of these days, and we'll put the HTML editing in there and the working with all of the different tags and stuff like that. So
Yep.
maybe even put in some kind of threading or something. But it's gonna get a complete redo one of these days when I've
Yeah.
got
Needs a makeover.
other things that I'm not doing.
Yeah.
I don't know when that happens, but sometimes it's just I get a bug and I start getting obsessed with fixing something. So, but Alliance Forums I will redo eventually.
Yeah, what will the notification type be like
What notification type?
for the Alliance
Alliance
forums?
forums.
We had talked about that, and I'm not sure that we're actually going to do like a number notification, like in the top window or anything. It's just those numbers get to be too much, and like reports and mails already take so much. I'm just not sure if we're going to do a full count of all the ones that you've read and haven't read. Um, so I'm not quite sure how we're going to do it yet, but I'll think of something. But it won't be a number up here like it was before. It might just be something somewhere else, because you got to remember, a count's got to be different for everybody, so it's not something stagnant. It's something you got to calculate. And, is it worth it to get the amount of lag and stuff that you would get from, the way you have to think about it is not if one person clicks it, but if 500 people all decide to click the forums at the same exact moment and they're all trying to calculate it, that's when you get the problems. So that's the kind of way that I have to think about it. So I'll come up with something that's informative, but it's not going to be a number. It might just be a highlight or something if you've got unread topics.
Your voice, Gordy, saying you have a new alliance forum.
I like that Ginger has never heard my voice, but presumes it's sultry.
Didn't want to let me use an item for some reason. Look at that, I found a bug. I feel special.
What was the bug? I missed that.
I tried to use a food item and now I messed up my items.
Uh-oh.
Oh dear.
So I bet if I refresh it would fix it.
Ferbia suggests you ticket it.
Yes. I ticket stuff and then have 80 assign them to me. All the time.
Yep.
So we got 5 minutes left, so any more questions and we can answer them.
We didn't have any technical difficulties this week.
No, we did not.
Yeah, weird. Except for that first little flicker at the start. Tyr says he has questions, but he won't share them with us. Damn.
Well, I've
So
got
cruel to us,
answers,
Tyr.
and I'm not going to share them with you either.
Xandiva asks, any idea when the open beta will start? Mid-January.
Yeah, that's what we're thinking.
Yeah. I guess we'll open it on a Saturday again, so maybe like, I don't know, the 16th or the 23rd or something.
Yeah, and this one's going to have the regular base speeds, dungeon speeds, or cavern speeds. The cavern travel times will be an hour buffer on each turning and sending, so those will be slower. So it's going to be a good bit slower game.
I bet you guys never thought that you'd be so happy over a slow start.
Yes. There is a character limit. I think it's 20 or 15.
I think it's
couldn't tell.
22.
Some places I cut them off if it needs to be cut off, just so they'll fit in the menu. So if you're one of those people that likes to name things really long names, I hope the last bit isn't important. I did fix that thing with the keys already today, so I went ahead and updated and fixed it. The one that was changing cities.
Yeah,
if
he's
you're
trying to put down a
use-
barracks and suddenly you'd be changing cities. Yeah.
So if
Or
anybody was
demolish
having that
something.
issue, I figured it'd be easier to fix that than have 50 tickets on it for the next 3 days.
Yeah.
So is that in the game now?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Okay, so it didn't take a front end patch.
It did, but didn't at the same time. It took a front
Gordy
end
did
patch.
it on
I
the
just did a
fly.
front end patch on the fly with. So if people haven't reloaded in the past 3 hours, a reloading would fix it.
Cool.
I don't like to do those too often, but something like that kind of needed to be done.
Yeah. Small enough thing, so it's okay.
Basically, just me having to edit a different package. And anybody's got anything else? If not, we'll get back to work.
Tyr says, Gordy, explain the extra maintenance mail that was sent.
I blame 80.
Yeah.
Man,
80.
those kept firing. Like after we deleted that one that got sent out to everybody, Gordy said it so that if it did accidentally send out again, it would only send to me. And I swear to God, over the last like 3 days, I've got like 3 more. Something going on there. Gordy just keeps sending me mails.
I think I might have a quick link to it or something that I keep accidentally pressing somewhere. But I did go and delete those all in everybody's mails, so we didn't
Yes, I
have
saw that.
too much confusion. So you didn't actually see any mails, and if you did, I'd like to see some proof.
Okay, so 50 is the reference limit.
Yeah, and again, it doesn't matter so much because we kind of cut it off if it gets too long.
Yeah,
So,
except in overviews, apparently.
oh yeah, look at that. I'll have to fix that.
Cool.
And it is time, so we will call it, and be back next week to answer more questions and walk through new features. Thank you guys for tuning in and for playing the game. I hope everybody's having fun. It's getting towards the end. Should be fun and exciting to see who gets, second and third place as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And indeed, maybe fourth if there's a fourth place.
Could be a fourth place.
Yeah, there could be. There could well be. So
thank you guys, and we will see you next week.
Thanks, everyone.
okay. Thank you very much, everyone. See you next week.